balance of all feelings. It's not about feeling sad or, you know, upset or anything like that. It's just empty.
I don't like using the word suicide because it was more of a, I was trying to find a way out, but obviously suicide was the answer for me.
You know, just one day it popped into my head. It was, you know, how to stop all of this. You can get rid of it. You don't have to feel like this anymore. You can end everything right now.
Get rid of me. If I take me out of the equation, then everyone else will be fine. Everyone else can move on with their life. I won't be there to drag them down.
I suffered for years with what I became to know as depression, and I was 15. One of my good friends, we used to do loads together. He got me into a lot of great music and that. He's one of the best people I'd ever known. Like, we used to do all kinds of stuff together. We used to, you know, sit there talk about Star Wars and Iron Maiden for hours. It was fucking cool. And it was the end of school for me, GCSEs and exam pressure and all that, and I wasn't well. I didn't want to finish school. I was getting bullied. I was sad all the time, and then one day during the summer holidays, I got a phone call to say that he wasn't here anymore. He'd killed himself. So that was a massive sort of shock and a wake-up call at the same time.
I think when it first started was when I noticed something was majorly wrong, was that I was working in Blockbuster in the good old video shop. One day it was just mistakes started happening, just little tiny mistakes, as though I wasn't thinking correctly of what I was doing. And it started getting to a point where the management began to notice that I wasn't suitable for management anymore, and I was going down and down, and mistakes became from little mistakes to big mistakes where it was a danger to the company. We'd have to close at a certain time, and we'd have about, say, 10-15 minutes to get out after we'd closed the store. It was taking me about hour and a half just to close the store, and it was becoming little tedious things, such as if I had to count a till, a normal person, when I say normal, but a person who was concentrating on what they were doing, taking about 5-10 minutes, I'd have to count one coin, a set of coins, and think, that's wrong, count it again, count it again, count it again, count it again, because I just couldn't focus on what I was actually doing. I couldn't remember counting how much I'd got. Got to a serious point where they held a meeting and said, listen, Alex, what has happened? What is wrong? Has something happened? Has something happened at home? Is something troubling you? Whatever it is, we need to know, because things are going wrong here at work. You're like a different person now.
Just one day it popped into my head. It was, how to stop all of this. You can get rid of it. You don't have to feel like this anymore. You can end everything right now. It'll take a second. That's it. One more second of suffering and you'll be done. And I tried countless times. I did everything I could think of. I had to get trains to a band practice every week, and in between I'd always just miss a train, not on purpose, just always happens. You never get there on time anyway. So, and in between that train and the one that I had to get on, there'd be an express train that would always go past the station, and it would fucking roar, and we're talking the whole thing shaking. And most people, the first thought you'd have is, get away from that. It's loud, it's fast. But in my head, the one thing I wanted to do was get in front of that every week, twice a week.
It didn't seem wrong, looking every possible chance I had, looking on my phone, on the internet, ways to do it, how to do it, what's the best way, what's the quickest way. And, maybe if I did it in this place, then my wife or family wouldn't find me. It would just be someone else who I wouldn't care about. And that was the plan. It was to always go to a park at night and do the deed. And that was it. That was my train of thinking. I'd go to bed at night and sit there thinking of how I could do it. And then I'd wake up in the morning and be sitting there thinking, right, maybe today's the day. But I didn't want to upset anyone, that was the problem. I don't want to upset people. And I was thinking, how can I do something without anyone getting upset? Because in the long run, they'll be happier. They'll be happy that I'm not here anymore.
You know, I didn't tell my own mum, I didn't tell my best friends, they didn't know. They'd seen it and you know, they'd stood by and watched me do stupid stuff, so.
It wasn't as if I didn't want to talk, but I didn't want to upset anyone and be more of a pain, more of a, you know, dragging them down with me. I thought, I'll just get over it, it'll just pass.
And counselling is something that a lot of people see as this fucking dirty word, and it's not a dirty word at all. It's, you know, everybody needs counselling. It's whether you talk to your best mates down the pub or, you know, you talk to your mum and dad, you talk to, you know, whoever. If you're talking to someone about your problems, they're your counsellor.
My wife wasn't, you know, not, she was a bit disappointed that I had to wait 6 months for counselling, and that's when she got in contact with Calm, who were able to get me onto emergency counselling straight away. I didn't have to wait, I think it was a week, and straight away it was the road to turning everything around, to getting back on a straight and narrow.
That feeling of life again is phenomenal. It's just the greatest thing in the world. And that feeling of cooking and eating it, it's incredible. It's, you know, people take it for granted all the time. You know, they go home and eat some shitty microwave meal or something like that and they're like, oh yeah, I've eaten, great. But if you haven't felt what it tastes like, and you know, the taste of food, and it's pretty good.
I've got a good job now. I now, you know, I work at the Ministry of Justice now. Don't ask me how I got that, but it's a fantastic job. I've got a beautiful wife, the most amazing wife ever. But at the time, I didn't realise. You know, I just thought she was just being supportive. Amazing, because you know, she had to live with it. But now we're both fighting fit and strong. I'm bringing in the money, and she's, you know, looking forward to the next, you know, I say accomplishments in life. Who knows what I could be?
The feeling when someone tells you that they're proud of you and they love you, it's the greatest thing to know that you are loved, and it's the nicest thing in the world that anyone's ever said. And it's not just, you know, it's people you never meet before. You know, you go on and you do stuff and someone sees, like, you know, you go halfway across the country and someone sees a band playing and they go, you know what, you're fucking good. People see me playing and stuff like that. I never wanted to do that again. I didn't want to be a musician. I didn't want to be any of this. You know, as far as I was concerned 2 years ago, that was me done. I was off the face of the earth. I was going somewhere else. And now I'm here and I can see how happy I make people and see what my artwork does and what my, you know, just being there does for people. And that's pretty fucking cool. I remember the first time walking back on stage as not a better person, but as a more happy and able person, I guess. Walking on stage and hearing people scream. You know, for years I've been doing this and seeing these people in a crowd and going, oh yeah, that's pretty good. But when you walk out and, you know, every hair on your body is up on end and you suddenly feel everything that everybody else talks about all the time, and it's real, it's right there, and it's the greatest thing I've ever felt.
And it's just nice to smile as well, you know, just to be able to enjoy smiling. It's just because I just forgot about these things and always being so down, but now it's just nice, and you know, looking in the mirror and feeling good about yourself, and it's all because I spoke to someone.
You know, the one thing you need to do is just go and talk to someone, tell them, you know, just get it off your chest. Don't sit there wallowing, don't suffer anymore. You don't need to. You know, so many people just take it and just, you know, you don't have to take this on the chin.